Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping All Subjects channel. This is the Isaiah 4 and 1 series. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Don't give them no excuse to censor my videos. You know, they probably are already. I already know I'm on the government watch list. In case any of you government officials are watching, I already know. I looked it up, buddy. I know y'all watching me. I know y'all trying to keep my influence down to a minimum, because y'all know it ain't about how you look, it's about how you present yourself. It's about your leadership quality. So they already know. And when I teach people about this Isaiah 4 and 1, they know that people is taking notice. Isaiah 4 and 1 says, in that day 7 women take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own food, wear our own clothes, only let us be called by your name. Take away our disgrace. The disgrace is also feminism. Going against traditional family values. That's the disgrace. When I was coming up, I watched Leave It to Beaver. Tony Dow just died. I knew as a kid that how their mother was, that's how women should be. That's how married women should be. Now, mind it, times have changed economically. So I would say that if a woman works, that she should first try to work out of the home, maybe part-time. Or don't work at all. You know? But I think like what I'm talking about today is what women bring to the table. Traditional wifely value. We'll title it later. But I want to talk about how some women is dead weight as well. See, if you're a housewife, then you need to, this is what a housewife needs to do. For one, you need to make sure you're being optimistic in your heart and mind. That's number one. And number two, make sure you're not being energy draining. Yeah, I know it's hard raising kids, this, that, and other, but just make sure that you're not an energy drainer. Make sure you're not fighting him when he comes home, because he's gonna need to work. But also, find a way to add to your household. Like I say, it don't necessarily have to be work. But what I'm noticing with a lot of people, I got a couple examples of guys who, like, even on YouTube, like I've watched a couple videos where one dude just came home from work, his wife screaming and complaining. So it was funny. It was funny how he did it. He trying to clean up, do this, that. He just came home from work. Like a guy, what I'm trying to say is, a guy like in a marriage, even if y'all just boyfriend, girlfriend, but y'all living together, it's not right for the guy to be doing 80% of the stuff. Like, you need to be that house, inside the house. Now, you could blame the outside of the house on him, but the inside of the house, if a woman is not working, inside of the house, it should be clean. I said, well, oh, this wrong with me, that wrong with me, this wrong with me, that. Okay, then maybe the marriage thing ain't for you. Maybe you need to get your mind and your body right first. Because if this wrong and that wrong, this wrong, then it ain't gonna work out for me. Man, I got a speck on my face. What is that? So, when you think of a table has seats at it. According to Isaiah 4:1, let's say, for instance, 7 seats. So, if a woman sits at your table, then the first thing that you need to find out is what is she gonna bring. You know how, like us melanated people, we have parties and people bring something to add to the party for everybody to enjoy? Well, I think a woman is supposed to bring more than just sex, because we talked about this yesterday. Sex, as she gets older, is going to be more limited and it's going to fade away. So, you ladies, when y'all think in terms of yourself wanting to be married one day, you should be thinking of what you're going to offer besides sex. Now, you should be offering that, and you should find a way to offer that until you practically in the dust. But as that goes away, you still should be offering something to make him want to deal with you. Nobody want that challenge and all this. Who wants to fight every day? Me, if I can't fight with fists, I don't want to argue. That's why I don't believe in arguing with women, because you can't hit on women. And why would you? You're a man. I know I'm too strong. I can rearrange faces. Why would I fight a woman? That's why all of that no man needs that. Like, if you, okay, this is what a lot of women say. They say, well, I'm better at finances than him. Okay, if you better with finances than him, then y'all rich? Let's think of any of y'all that's handling the finances. They say you better than with your finances than your husband. Are you rich? How much do you have in the bank? How much do you have invested? That's what that is. In most people's case, that's what that is. You just looking for a way to control something. And that's why a lot of them start scaling back sex. If they had a pookie, they wouldn't. They do that because they want to control something. Guys, do not let these women control when you have sex. If they try to, she's not the one for you. If you married, then she's basically showing you that maybe you need to reconsider that. But that's the first thing guys need to stop these women from doing. If a guy commits to you monogamous, then you, like I always say, you should be having enough sex, like, for 3 people. Like, it's 3 people. But most of them are dead weight. They don't bring nothing to the table. Or what they brought to the table, they took it off the table over the time. What Coach Greg and, if I'm not mistaken, Patrice O'Neal calls the bait and switch. So, if she's taking off the table what she initially brought to the table, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a problem. And a lot of guys ain't getting married for this reason. Because they know it's putting what you have at risk, what you will have at risk, and you got to deal with this possible dead weight. Because like I said, people put on their interview face. Their interview face. But when they get the job, over time, you're going to see who they really are. And I tell y'all all the time, you got to vet these women out, because you should not waste time going after or dealing with women who don't like you. There's some guys out here, I guarantee you, your ex-girlfriend think about you and still have a fondness for you more than your own wife. I guarantee you that. If you could interview, I know I'm right. And a lot of times it be because you married somebody that never wanted you. And that equals what? Dead weight. Over time, like I said, less and less. More fights, less sex, less her role being fulfilled. Less and less, whether it's washing clothes, keeping the house clean, sex, it's going to be fulfilled less and less. Why? Because she doesn't respect you in that way. She could say she do, but actions speak louder than words. Oh, yeah, no, it ain't that. You just insecure in your mind. You doing less and less because your heart has grown cold towards this guy. And you guys, y'all need to know when this is going on so you can break away and enjoy the rest of your life. It's guys that's literally balled up. Bowels all messed up because you ain't eating right. You eating carry out every day, which you should eat whatever you want. Like, I agree with Ocho Cinco on that, but you got to mix that healthy stuff in. And you should be eating more healthy stuff than unhealthy stuff. So, but if every day you eating something frozen that you just throw in the oven or carry out. Like, as I get older, I can't really eat some pizzas like that. I can't eat like a whole lot of cheese. So, when a woman comes to the table, okay, what do you bring to the table? Well, I'm a good cook. That's a plus. Long as she keep doing it, don't try to poison you down the road. That's a plus. Well, I'm wise when it comes to this. I'm wise when, okay. Well, I have a lot of patience. Patience on a woman is a plus. Because impatient, childish women are going to fight you and argue with you. So patience is definitely a plus. Well, I'm high energy. Plus. That's a plus. Because you got to be high energy to keep the house clean and deal with kids. You got to be in shape to deal with these kids now. These kids is all over the place. So this is why it's coming to pass. We talk about why every day. Because a lot of women either are dead weight or they become dead weight. You dealing with some of these women, you're going to have you're going to be stuck with a bunch of medical bills. Because sometimes what happens with a lot of them, they be dealing with inner turmoil. Whether it's something from their childhood or something. They still dealing with it. And over time, it begins to kind of eat away at them. That's why if you a housewife or you want to be a housewife, you got to keep your mind occupied. You got to stay optimistic, keep your mind occupied with the right things, with things that build optimism and energy. You can't be watching all that negative stuff because it's going to zap your energy. Then y'all supposed to be fulfilling a role. Now you trying to act like you his manager or boss. And a masculine man, you going to turn him off with that. You're going to turn him off with that. See, this is why I'm telling you, y'all need to watch go back to the beginning. Watch all of these videos and tell me I'm wrong. Because I've watched people, I got a lot of examples. from young women, old women, women in my family, women I used to work with. Plenty examples. Plenty examples. One thing I noticed my grandmother did, because like, it's two women that I would say stood out from the pack that in my whole life, and that's my grandmother and one of my neighbors that, he just passed away. We called him Buzz. I want Buzz to rest in peace. Knowing him, I'm pretty sure, and I hope that he got right with the Most High first. But his mother, Mrs. Thomas, when she left the house, it was always some task at hand that needed to be done for the family's sake. She wasn't in all these guys' faces. She took care of home. Like, if I was a betting man, I would bet that she never even got another guy's number. Her, my grandmother, those two stand out from everybody else. My grandmother was a housewife for years. She worked part-time from time to time, but she took care of the house. Man, her house was never dirty for even 3 hours. And she had a lot of stuff, and all of it was in order, intact. And when my grandfather, all the grandkids, it'd be like 8, 9, 10. We get to reaching for food. She said, that's your granddaddy's. She always put him in front of us and her kids. And that's what a wife is supposed to do. How can you be a good wife if you treating the kids like gold and treating your husband like dirt? This is that dead weight. This is why guys, and a lot of these wives are gonna become ex-wives, and they're gonna become some dude that ain't even half the man her ex-husband is, side chick. And he gonna be having them thinking they the only one. They not. And she this what's happening too. I'm a prophet, so I know the Most High already showed. Here's what's happening. Women are divorcing their husbands, hitting them up for alimony and child support. They're supporting her and her pookie. That's why when things go sour, if you know whether or not it was her. If it was her, do not be just letting her just take all your money, like she's sticking you up for money. Find ways to get around this stuff, man. Don't make these lawyers rich. Don't make her rich. Because, like I said, most women, when you even ask them what they bring to the table, they can't even give you a straight answer. Because they just want to be married. And that's how it's going to be. Guys going to figure it out. They already figuring it out. That women just want to say they married. Just like Isaiah 4:1. Only let us be called by your name. After a while, they're going to be like, okay. You ain't got to do this. You ain't got to do that. Just let me be one of your wives. But right now, I got to be the only one. That's changing. That's changing. I had a heart-to-heart conversation with my little sister. And I told her like this. I said, if you meet a guy that's taking care of you, nice to you, so on and so forth, and he has another girl, why would you break up with him for having another girl? You should want to get them. You should want to meet this girl, and maybe all three of y'all can team up. Cause these women be one guys. This is what happens in most relationships. is either a woman frauds and scams and takes advantage of a guy who's trying to be faithful to her by not fulfilling her part of the relationship, or they break up with a guy for having somebody else. It don't always be that he was treating them bad. He just had somebody else. He had somebody else too. But I can tell you that you not having nobody does not guarantee that she's going to do right. In fact, in today's world, it's guaranteeing that she's not. If she's not a unicorn, you trying to be faithful to her, that's not going to make her respect you. Because women respect guys based on what other women want them. That's why, if you ain't noticed, when you start scaling back, the first thing they're going to say is, you messing with somebody else. No, I mean, and with some of them, well, we finna close, but with some of them, you don't want to give them that leeway. Like, let's say your wife or your girlfriend is image conscious. Let's say they want to appear a certain way before people. Don't give them that. Don't give them that. See, if your wife is like that, don't cheat on her until y'all divorce. Well, not cheat, it's not cheating, but don't do nothing until y'all divorce. So if she go be a 304, because let's be honest, when they start scaling back sex, when they start doing all this stuff, it's because they desire an increase for other guys. That's why you start seeing these text messages, this little stuff they doing. You see them over in the corner by this guy, text message, email, because for one, sometimes it, like I say, it just be they that never liked you, and for two, it be because they want to explore. Let them explore, but not on your dime. Just make your women be faithful to you. Like, when you got me, you don't need these other guys. If you need these other guys, go be with them. I'll get somebody that's gonna stick to me. That's what Isaiah 4:1 is saying. It's coming to pass because a lot of these women is dead weight, and either they don't bring nothing to the table or they take away what they initially brought. So this is the Truth Man. The channel is No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. I will see you guys tomorrow. This is probably the only video I'm going to make today. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Watch the other videos, especially in this series. Hit the like button. Comment. Subscribe. Y'all, it's like y'all watching it, but y'all not hitting the like button. You giving them excuse. I told you the government already watching me. I can't even get monetized because they gonna make it a little harder for me. Y'all need to hit the like button. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in. See you tomorrow for Sunday sermon.